Imagine being chosen for your beauty, your youth, your charm, plucked from obscurity to serve the most powerful men in Rome. But the price? Your freedom, your identity, your future. This is the untold story of the Concubinus, the male concubine of the Roman Empire. A life of luxury, danger, and heartbreak. Stay with us, because this tale will shock you. In the heart of the Roman Empire, power was everything. Emperors, senators, and generals ruled with iron fists, but behind closed doors, a hidden world thrived. Enter the concubinus, a young male slave chosen for his looks and charisma to serve Rome's elite. But this wasn't a fairy tale. Their lives were a tightrope walk between privilege and peril. What was it like to live as a male concubine? Let's dive into their tragic story. Beauty was currency in Rome. Male concubines, often slaves or captives from conquered lands, were handpicked for their youth and allure. A chiseled jaw, a graceful gait. These were their tickets to a strange kind of servitude. But it wasn't just looks. Connections mattered too. A well-placed merchant or cunning slaver could elevate a boy to a senator's bedchamber. Yet, the cost was steep. Total submission. What did it mean to be chosen? Let's find out. The life of a concubinus was a paradox. By day, they might dine with Rome's elite, draped in fine silks, their wit and charm lighting up the room. By night, they were objects of desire, expected to please their masters. Unlike wives, they held no legal status, yet their influence could sway political deals. Take Nero's concubine, Sporus, castrated to preserve his youth, a chilling reminder of their vulnerability. Was this power or imprisonment? The truth lies in the shadows. In Rome, masculinity was sacred. Men were expected to dominate, not submit. A concubinus, often playing the receptive role in same-sex relationships, faced scorn. Called sinidus or pathicus, they were mocked as effeminate, yet desired for it. Catullus's wedding poem captures their plight. A concubine, once cherished, fears abandonment as his master marries. Could they ever escape this label? The answer reveals Rome's complex moral code. Some concubines wielded surprising influence. Take Galba's companion, who stayed by the emperor's side into old age. These men could broker deals, overhear secrets, even shape policy. But this power was a double-edged sword. A jealous wife or rival could destroy them. Marcia, a female concubine, saved Christians from death, but male concubines had no such protections. Their lives hung on their master's whims. How did they navigate this dangerous game? Imagine the loneliness. A concubinus was neither slave nor free, neither lover nor equal. They lived in constant fear of being replaced by a wife, a new favorite, or age itself. Puberty was a ticking clock. Body hair signaled the end of desirability. Apuleius writes of concubines forming tight-knit bonds, hosting dinners to cope. But could camaraderie heal the wounds of exploitation? Their stories scream of resilience and heartbreak. Meet Sporus, perhaps the most tragic concubinus. After Nero's wife died, he took Sporus, a boy resembling her, and made him a bride. Castrated and dressed as a woman, Sporus was paraded publicly. Nero called him Empress. Was this love or cruelty? When Nero died, Sporus faced a grim fate. Passed to new masters, his identity erased. His story begs the question, could a concubinus ever find freedom? Let's explore his final days. Under Roman law, a concubinus had no rights. Unlike a concubina, a female concubine with some legal protections, male concubines were slaves, their relationships informal. Constantine's laws later allowed children of concubines to gain legitimacy, but only if their parents married. For a concubinus, this was impossible. Their children, if any, were filii naturals, never fully legitimate. How did this shape their lives? The law tells a brutal story. When youth faded, so did favor. A concubinus could be discarded, sold, or worse. Some, like Catullus's anxious concubine, turned to female slaves for solace, their roles reversed. Others, like the exolitus, became prostitutes, clinging to a fading allure. The lucky ones gained freedom, but most faced poverty or death. What happened when the spotlight dimmed? The answer is a gut punch to Rome's glittering facade. Rome wasn't prudish about same-sex relationships, but they were rigid about roles. An adult man taking the passive role was taboo, yet young concubines were exempt until they aged. This double standard fueled their exploitation. Greek pederasty idealized equal partnerships. Rome's system was about power. How did this shape the concubinus' identity? It's a window into Rome's obsession with control. The concubinus was more than a footnote. Their lives reveal Rome's contradictions, a society of law and excess, honor and shame. They were victims of a system that prized beauty but discarded humanity. Yet, their sanctity, their stories of survival resonate with us today. What lessons can we draw from their strength? Their journey invites us to explore themes of power, identity, and personal choice in our modern world. Let's take a moment to honor their forgotten voices. The life of a male concubine wasn't unique to Rome. It reflects a shared human experience. Though their struggles were often overlooked by history, their tales deserve to be remembered. If this story captivated you, please like, share with friends, and subscribe for more hidden histories. Tell us in the comments, what surprised you most about the concubinus? Join us next time as we reveal another mystery from the ancient world. After Nero's passing, Sporus found himself under the care of Otho, then Vitellius. Forced into an unwanted public role, he made a courageous choice to end his own story, rather than face further hardship. What led him to this decision? His tale highlights the heavy toll of imperial decisions. Galba's loyal companion, who stood by him for years, suggests a bond that went beyond duty. Figures like Trajan and Hadrian, known for their close associates, blurred the lines between friendship and influence. Were these connections built on mutual respect or shaped by circumstance? With few records, we can only ponder, but the patterns suggest a complex dynamic where appearance held great weight. Women like Canis, who served in similar roles, enjoyed certain protections and opportunities to build wealth. Male concubines, often from humble beginnings, lacked such safeguards. Why this difference? Rome's traditions viewed empowered men with suspicion. This uneven treatment defined their lives. How did society rationalize this imbalance? Today, we approach the concubinus with questions of fairness and ethics. Rome's customs differ from our own, prompting us to consider the nature of these relationships. Were they partnerships or influenced by unequal power? The answer likely varied, but the imbalance was a constant. What can this teach us about power in our time? The concubinus navigated a world of beauty and challenge. Their stories, though difficult, illuminate human endurance. As we uncover these lost voices, we're inspired to question systems of authority and pursue understanding. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Subscribe, share, and let's continue exploring history's untold stories together.